I'm just trying to decide if I'm comfortable even talking about that.
These are dark times for the royal family. The king has cancer. The Princess of Wales is convalescing. The Ginger Prince has been lost to darkness. A spider stalks the land. With Richter's grin, it devours publicity. It pap-walks and pursues money with a relentless fervor. It must be stopped. But who can do this? There is one born of royal blood. No nonsense, no bullshit, no prisoner taking. It is time to release the Kraken and send in the secret weapon. Yes, according to Samantha Ibrahim, writing in the New York Post, King Charles may send royal families' secret weapon to sort out Harry and this one's wife. King Charles could recruit his no-nonsense sister, Princess Anne, to sort out Prince Harry and this one's wife, one royal expert has asserted. The monarch, 75, is currently battling an undisclosed form of cancer amid estrangement from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who are living in Monte Shitshow, California. As Charles undergoes treatment for the disease, royal columnist Sarah Vine says Anne, 73, is the secret weapon who could reunite the feuding family. In an interview with Joe Elvin, Vine hailed the Princess Royal as the answer to all the royal family's problems. I think we should send Princess Anne to deal with Harry and this one's wife, because if you got a call from Princess Anne, you'd sit up jolly straight, she declared. If I were the king, I'd say, Anne, please, just go and deal with them. We know how no-nonsense she is, Elvin then agreed. The Princess Royal is one of the hardest-working members of the family, and purportedly has always had a soft spot for her nephew. However, she is said to be furious at Harry's recent antics, including his decision to publish his tell-all 2023 memoir, Spare. Expert Jenny Bond told OK magazine last year that even though the Invictus Games founder wrote negative things about the family in his book, she will always love him. Princess Anne is a very straight-down-the-line, blunt sort of person, Bond said. She says what she thinks, she doesn't pretend anything. She is probably like her late mother, as Queen Elizabeth could always compartmentalise everything she was told. But Anne was absolutely furious with Harry for upsetting her mother, his grandmother, so much in her last years. Bond concluded she is angry at the damage he's done to the royal reputation because she works so hard. Thus, it is the suggestion that the Princess Royal be sent in as the secret weapon to tackle this one's wife and Harry. Is this something that could happen? Well, certainly it could. King Charles may well ask his sister to resolve matters with the gruesome twosome. But would it succeed? The advantage that Princess Anne has is that as a normal, she's not going to be affected by the emotional thinking that has fogged the pea brain that is the mind of Harry. She saw straight through this one's wife from the very beginning. As a no-nonsense individual that has been around similar characters to that of this one's wife, she'll have recognised the behaviours. She may well not have recognised that she was dealing with a narcissist, but she will have seen that she was out for herself, that she did not take the institution of monarchy seriously. This is something that Princess Anne does. She takes the monarchy extremely seriously. This is demonstrated by her prodigious work ethic, the way that she has always conducted herself. Indeed, the fact that she's just hired new staff as she's prepared to take on more duties and engagement to ease the burden of King Charles. She will naturally support her brother in that regard. But would she be moved necessarily to try and rein in Harry despite this supposed soft spot that she has for him? Well, first of all, if the Princess Royal was motivated to do so, would it actually have any effect? The short answer is no. The reason for this is that Harry is still ensconced within the emotional fog that has been created by his emotional thinking and the manipulations of his wife, that he is utterly entrenched in the awful shared fantasy and would simply see that the well-intentioned approach by Princess Anne would be written as interference. He would take his cues from his wife, who would simply recognise it as a threat to control. And therefore, her narcissism would cause her to reject the overtures from Princess Anne as meddling and to tell Harry the same. See, Harry, we escaped them and they still can't let it go, trying to tell us how we should live our lives, trying to tell us what we should do. Even though Princess Anne would couch it in direct and no-nonsense terms, it wouldn't be done from a place of malice. It would be done from a sense of duty, something, of course, that this one's wife has no comprehension of. But unfortunately, notwithstanding the appropriate words of the Princess Royal, her abilities, her no-nonsense approach, it will fall on deaf ears. This one's wife is simply designed to reject this because it's a threat to control. She simply will not allow it to happen, will not listen, and will simply interpret what's being told, no matter how correct, as an attack upon her and Harry, and she will paint it as such. Harry, still of course cowed by his wife, the simp that he is, led around by the nose or by the pecker by her, will simply do what his wife wants. Even though he might feel torn because Auntie Anne has come along and pulled down his pants and made him join the Pink Bottom Brigade, he will still kowtow to the demands of his wife. Even the intervention of the Princess Royal isn't going to be enough to make him wake up. Now, all of that, of course, is assuming that the Princess Royal would actually go there, or at least contact them, to try and discuss resolving matters. The fact is, she wouldn't. Although she would, of course, listen to Charles if he was minded to ask for her help, she would simply turn around and say to Charles, "He's made his bed, let him lie in it. He has gone down a different path. There is no point me speaking to either of them because she'll realise that it'll fall on deaf ears. She knows what this one's wife is about, and she knows that Harry is being firmly led by her, that his own narcissistic traits have been harnessed by the weasel words that have been issued as his wife pours poison into his ears. She will make it seem like an attack upon Harry's family, i.e. this one's wife and his children, and therefore he will then think, I need to do even more to protect them. Here comes a member of the royal family attacking my little family unit. The Princess Royal is no fool. She realises that Harry has to wake up of his own accord, and that this one's wife will simply try and deflect any attempts to help and spin them as an attack. She also is so disgusted by their behaviour, particularly their behaviour to her late mother, that she, along with the fact that she takes the monarchy very seriously, doesn't want anything to do with the gruesome twosome whatsoever. She has formed the firm view that they should be left alone to stew in their own juices, that they either succeed or fall on their own, and that she will recognise that ultimately they will fail and Harry will come back, having woken up, cap in hand, seeking readmission to the royal family, and it is that point that he can be addressed. But prior to that, Anne recognises there's nothing to be gained, and it really isn't the time to send in any form of secret weapon. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.